We try and run this. It's really like if you've been doing a bunch of interviews, this is not that.
We try to be the anti-interview.
Not do the same things. Not have the same questions. Talk about whatever, anything that you're ever like. I wish more people would talk to me about that. This is where to bring it up.
Okay.
This is the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm all for, a little more of the abstract, not so normal questions.
Oh, you'll get that. We promise. You'll get that.
We'll jump into all that.
Make it is my podcast. Make it. Make it is mine.
Welcome everybody to What's Your Bacon in 7 Questions.
Yes!
The show where we have distilled lovingly the meaning of life.
Nay.
The meaning of happiness.
Nay.
The meaning of music.
No.
Sometimes. The meaning of everything.
Yes.
Really.
Yes.
Down
Nailed
to
it.
just 7 questions. We started with how many questions?
So it was 468,722.
Nobody would book with us, so we brought it down to 7. A
little more digestible.
Yeah.
I think.
Our guest today, celebrating the 15-year anniversary of their iconic album Wires and the concept of breathing, post-hardcore band A Skylit Drive, they just announced Phase 1 of the U.S. headlining tour. They will be performing the album front to back in its entirety. Phase 1 of the tour is slated to cover the South and Southwest from May 12th to May 20th. More shows to be announced soon. Lead singer Jag is here with us today. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. That was an amazing intro. I love that.
Nice.
He does really well with these intros. That's why I just leave that to him.
Yeah.
Like
I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but I've been trying to figure out the volume and stuff. So
Right.
like I was sitting there turning it down, and then I was turning it back up. But I think I found a good sweet spot.
Yeah,
Nice.
he's kind of like he does one of those things where he'll talk like this for a little while and then he'll get really mad. Yeah. So that probably messed with it too.
I have a lot of dynamics in my delivery.
Exactly. Dynamics, that's what we're here for. So, Jag, we are here to get the consumers of Bacon Is My Podcast to get to know the double stuff of your Oreo, the nooks and crannies of your English muffin.
Yes.
And we've done that by distilling these 7 questions down. We've asked them to every single guest that has been on this podcast.
That's what you're searching for? Guest?
Word recall
Guest
has been
was the
rough.
word?
It's been rough. You get it. Daddy brain, dude. Like,
Right
get it.
there.
But we've done that. And we've brought well over 140 guests to their knees. Because it's really it's a real introspective
Yes.
of the guest joining us on Bacon Is My Podcast. So are you, sir, ready for us to discover that cream center to your Twinkie?
We're going to play around in your brain balls, man.
I think so. I think I'm ready. I mean,
Okay.
it is Sunday. You couldn't have picked a better day to pick my Twinkie.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like
Okay.
it. All right,
Twinkie is Sunday is Twinkie Pinky Day.
Twinkie Pickin' Day. That's tough to
That's
say.
hard to say.
Tough to say. Tongue twister. I'm going to give it to vocal students.
Oh, good. I like that.
Sunday is Twinkie Pickin' Day. Question number 1, Jag. How many pillows is too many?
3.
3. 3 pillows, too many.
Do you mean just for one person?
What are you thinking? What's going on in your brain?
Well, of course. I mean, I'm married, so we have 2 pillows on the bed, and there might be a point where one person might use one to, canoodle their legs with. But I feel like both people doing that might be a little strange. So that's where I cut it off at 3.
Cut it off at 3.
Okay.
Only canoodling for one person.
Yeah.
So
Gotta switch off.
how do you is there like a calendar, like you can canoodle this day, I can canoodle this day, or is it just like first come first serve? I'm going to grab that extra.
It's a complete sacrifice on my part. I'm never the one canoodling. It's always her.
Yeah.
Do you have and this question is like it's just popped into my head now, but like so are you in the type of relationship where one or both people feel that both people should probably get tired and go to bed at the exact same time, and that's like a thing?
Kinda.
I've heard of
well, I feel like if that's the case, then we usually just fall asleep while watching something on the couch.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Versus if we're not so much on the same page, one will make that distinctly clear and go to bed first, while the other one straggles behind. But I would say it's a good 50-50 as to who does that. It's kind of normal for both of us to do it and not do it.
Yeah. Passing out on the couch is a thing. It's totally a thing.
I have a friend recently that was like my wife always feels like, like if she's ready for bed, I need to be ready for bed. Like, I'm not ready for bed. And she's like, no, we go to bed at the same time. And he's like, wait, why do we go to bed at the same time?
Yeah.
Why do we have to do that?
Yeah. That's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thought.
Recently, someone told me. All right.
All right. Question number
moving
2. We do digress. Question number 2, and I'm curious because you're well-traveled, man.
Yes.
Question number 2 is, what is the perfect pizza order?
Ooh, you're speaking to my heart now. Pizza. Man, like at least one day a week I'm getting pizza from somewhere.
That's a good schedule. I approve of that.
Yeah. Well, it used to be, it's like Sunday Fun Day used to always be like I would go get the kids and everybody donuts in the morning, and then pizza was for dinner, and then now we've kind of transitioned it where pizza is just kind of a random thing, and then Sunday is always like grilling steaks. It's actually right before, I think I finished grilling everything like 10 minutes before I came to sit down for this. But the perfect pizza order, I mean, I love a good barbecue chicken, but
Nice.
but I feel like certain places mess it up a bit if they don't still have the red sauce on the pizza. Some people think I'm crazy for it, but I like the pizza to be made normal. And then, you've got the chicken and the onion, and if you like jalapenos and all that, and then just do the barbecue sauce on top, because the mixture of the barbecue sauce and the red sauce is so key.
Oh, yeah.
That's a hot take.
I could see that though.
But you know what? I could see that working. I never see the red sauce on it. Personally.
Yeah, I always have to ask, and then anybody who tries it is like, why didn't I ever think to try this? Because otherwise it's just this overabundance of barbecue sauce. You've got it under the cheese, you've got it on top of the cheese, and if it's a really sweet barbecue sauce, then it's just a little too much. But the mixture
it makes it balanced, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So then it's like the marinara with the sweet barbecue kind of brings them both together, and then they kind of even each other out.
You're still in the Dallas, Texas area?
I see that working.
Austin.
Oh, okay. Because we had pizza in Dallas, and that was a mistake.
It was a mistake.
It was a mistake. So,
Do you remember what it was called?
No.
I could probably look it up on a DoorDash. I could probably do that. It was a year ago, but
Yeah.
we'll do that. We'll figure it out before the end of the next episode. We'll figure out what that is, and
Oh yeah, like if I'm traveling somewhere, pizza is always like the top of my list. Like I'm a big football fan, and my wife and I went to a game in Boston a couple years back, and like the first thing I wanted to do, because on like I think it's on like TripAdvisor and a few different ones, like the #1 rated pizza place in the country is in Boston, and I was like, I have to go there, and sure enough, like it was like something to be reckoned with. Like it was in this teeny little dingy building. You can tell that the AC unit in the window had been there since like the 40s, and like my allergies were going crazy just walking into the building. But it was the best pizza. So every time that we go back, it's a must. Like we always go there.
Nice.
Interesting. I'll figure. I want to know where that is because we go to
Regina.
Boston once in a while.
Regina Pizza.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
I've heard that too. Like I've heard of that as like a place to go, a place to be.
Okay, I'm in.
#1.
Road
It has
trip.
made it.
Road trip.
All right, question number 3. True or false question this time. Cereal is a soup.
Oh, gross. Soup tells me it's warm, and
Oh, gazpacho's cold.
yeah, but I can't say I'm a big gazpacho fan.
Fair.
So, I mean, for me, like, I grew up in the South, so, you get sick, you get some chicken noodle soup made for you, some tomato soup, you get a little more refined, and you start getting the chicken and broccoli at Panera, and then you get your big boy pants on, and, whatever comes next, gumbo, and so on.
Right.
But pretty much all of the greats that I grew up with are warm, so I can't say I've ever heard that. Is that a thing?
It's a question.
Now it is.
It's a topic. Some people have said yes because you're looking at like a cream-based broth and a wheat or rice-based noodle, and so technically speaking, you could see that.
We've also sickened a lot of guests, like you said. Ew.
Yeah, a lot of people have been
people
like,
are like, ew,
gross.
get out of here.
But then other people have been like, absolutely.
But
Yeah.
and then other people go, no, because I eat it dry, and there's only one type of human that eats cereal dry,
Yeah,
right?
sociopaths. Yes.
Yes.
Or children?
Or children.
Or children, yes. Yeah.
But
They're
the
one and the
closest-
same.
Closest thing to a sociopath is a
right.
child. So.
Yes.
Exactly. All right. Question number 4. Gift cards. Lame gift idea or great gift idea?
Great, depending on the receiver. I feel like if it's maybe like a cousin or like a friend of a friend, which nowadays that seems like a lot to do for a friend of a friend.
Right.
But like maybe you were invited to the party, but only by default because you were going with somebody else.
Those things happen. They absolutely do happen.
Yeah, or I mean like a step sibling, something like that. But
Right.
but
And
I
you don't
think
have any
like
wine lying around the house that you can bring.
so for me, it would really depend on who's receiving it.
What about you receiving it?
Yeah, you as a gift receiver.
If it's like Home Depot, all day. That's like my favorite store. So
Nice.
I'll take that all day long. But like if somebody gave me like an iTunes card, I'd be kind of like, I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of strange with music. I don't really listen to a whole lot of music. It drives my wife nuts. Like she's like, you're a musician, but you don't really listen to a lot of music. I was like, no, not really, because I'm usually listening to what I'm working on, and then I'm breaking it apart, and I'm always kind of working on creating things.
That's interesting. I'm kind of in that same boat with you.
Well, and like we even say it, like when we leave like a show or something like that, the last thing I want to listen to is music.
Yeah.
I've just been listening to a lot of it really intensely for the past 4 or 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah.
I don't want to listen anymore.
Yeah. Well, and even just, you've had a long day at work or you're getting ready for a long day at work. I don't know, like I'm more into podcasts,
Yeah.
I mean, I even go through stints just kind of depending on what's going on. If I want to listen to the news, a lot of the times I don't, just because it usually just puts me in a bad mood.
Yeah.
Right.
But if
just call it the bad news.
yeah, but if there's something specific going on that I'm really curious about, I will. But for the most part, like I'll do like different podcasts. I mean, I'm super into sports. I'm sure you guys can tell the fact that I said I went to Boston for a football game. Who I like. But like different podcasts of theirs, I like to listen to just to kind of keep up with things because I'm a big sports nut type person.
So you're a Yankees fan.
Good one. No. Well, and I'm not a big baseball fan. I mean, I think so. Then football is really the only sport that I've ever really been like attracted to. I mean, like I even really wanted to play in high school, but I was just too small, and I grew up in a redneck town, so I would have gotten the living shit beaten out of me.
Yeah. Murdered.
I was walking around like with my girl pants on and getting called all these names, and I was like, the last thing I need to be doing is spending my school or like my days after school with these guys who hate me.
Right.
Agreed.
Hence
For
music.
Sure.
Yeah, I was big enough for football, but I didn't want to do it because I wanted to be in a band, and so like I was like bigger than everybody, and they were like, "You should do football," and I was like, "I don't want to do football. I want to go around in my girl pants, and I want to be in a band, and I want to make music."
Yeah, I wanted to find a way to do both, but it just didn't work.
Yeah, I had kind of the same thing. All right, question number 5. What number is Mike thinking of?
4.
Question number 6. What is your go-to jukebox pick?
Go-to jukebox pick. I guess the first thing that comes to mind is something Journey. If I just had to snap my finger, would be something Journey. It's also almost a guarantee that it's going to be on there. Because if we're talking like jukebox, I mean, it's not going to have a lot of the modern stuff. Journey's just it's going to be there.
I like your thought of what a jukebox is, because everybody nowadays, like, either, I mean, we get people that go, what do you mean?
Do they still have those? Yeah.
It's like, yeah, think about the touch tone thing or whatever.
Right.
But you went there.
Yeah.
You went to what a jukebox is and like
Yes.
flipping those pages and stuff.
Yeah.
Or
Well, I mean, like, I've gotten, like, pictures before from, like, friends of mine back home, and they'll go to a bowling alley, and they have those more modern jukeboxes where it's a touch screen now, and they, like, take a picture, like, look, you're on here, and they call it jukebox. I'm like, that's not a jukebox, that's just it's just like a large iTunes database.
Right.
pretty much. So I would hope I'm on there.
Yeah. Something's wrong if I'm not.
I pay for that monthly, you know, like absolutely. Here we are. Here we are.
Already.
That went fast.
Through them.
Zoomed through, right?
I think I answered the number too fast. Was I right on the number you were thinking of?
We're at question number 7, and we asked the
we've already
questions
moved
here, buddy.
past it. We've already moved past it.
This is, yeah. We're at question number 7 now.
All right.
And question number 7 is a super important one because depending on how you answer it, will decide whether or not you get the bonus question.
Oh,
I know, right?
now I've got something to work for.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Goals, my friend.
When it
Goals.
comes to work, though, Jimmy, how many of our 140 some odd guests have not gotten the bonus question?
Like number wise or percentage wise?
I know you're not a numbers guy.
Yeah,
You could
'cause
take
it's
a
not really-
calculator out.
I can do a guess. I can guesstimate the percent.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so we've had 140, let's say 5. Right? 145, guess. 0%. Nobody has not gotten it.
Yes.
So,
Nobody's not gotten it, or
nobody's
nobody.
Yeah, nobody's not gotten it.
I know that's a double negative that I put out there,
Okay.
but your chances are good.
Okay. I like that.
Good to fair.
But if you don't get it,
That would be something.
be really awkward.
That would
Very
be
interesting.
not
Very
a very good
interesting.
accomplishment for my Sunday. So I'm really hoping that this is just a good notch on my Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, this is steak grilling, Twinkie probing Sunday.
Twinkie probing. We've changed it.
I couldn't remember what the
like
word
it.
was.
I like it. All right. Jimmy, take it away, baby.
All right, question number 7. Give it some time. Think about it. This is more of an introspective thing. You know, we're kind of trying to get
We've had
into
a lot of fun.
trying to get
so
into your
far.
mindset a little bit here. But, you know, go with your gut. No hesitation. How do you feel about garden gnomes?
Kind of neutral. I can't say I have really strong feelings either way. I mean, I would never get them personally, but I'm not bothered by them. I think it makes sense if somebody likes them. That's great. You know, same with if somebody wants to compile, you know, Power Rangers memorabilia. It's not going to anger me, but I mean, it might not be my choice. But if you like garden gnomes, then that's great.
I like that.
Would you be
liberal?
Yeah, yeah.
Very liberal with it. Now, so you're going out on tour,
Yeah.
right? And I think this is where you're headed with this.
Yes, this was where I was headed. Yeah.
You're going out on tour. Would you be opposed to maybe with some of the support bands
We're spreading
on said tour?
We're spreading this.
We're spreading this. We've done this several times.
Yes.
With some of the support bands on said tour, to maybe just dropping a gnome in their gear
in
somewhere.
their gear.
Like in their rack, on the
people-
back of their rack when they go to unplug it, they're like, "Why is there a gnome in the back of my rack here?"
People find them creepy.
A drummer opens up his snare case and what is this? Gnoming people. It could be a thing.
We've got a couple bands doing it now.
Yes.
Couple
Yes.
bands doing it now. We
Have they-
suggest it.
Have they sent like picture proof of it happening?
Well, we've
only
done
got-
it.
We've done it, and we've gotten some verbal confirmation.
And we've gotten verbal
but
confirmation.
no picture proof.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know what? Maybe I don't believe it anymore. Maybe they're just telling us to be nice.
Well, the guys from Dragged Under were like, we saw it. We got it. We got one. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, make it a thing.
I'd be open to it.
Yeah.
I like a
You
good
can-
practical joke here and there. I mean, I've seen some pretty gnarly ones before.
Oh yeah.
I'm failing to remember what band did this, but I only ever saw one band go to this length. I can't remember. I think it might have been actually Sky's Airplane did it to Emerosa. Like this was like probably like circa 2007.
Yeah.
And so Emerosa was on stage, and Sky's Airplane throughout Emerosa's set was one by one bringing in tires through the back door and stacking them on the side of the stage. And the guys in Emerosa are like, we didn't know why they were bringing in tires. It was the strangest thing ever. And they finish their set and they go outside to their van
Right.
raised on cinder blocks
Oh,
with no tires on it.
it's amazing.
And then Sky's Airplane takes off and they leave them there.
That is amazing, man. I wish we knew that. Was that
good
like
one.
Bradley era or was that pre-Bradley?
I actually don't remember.
Or was that Johnny?
So then Emerosa. So then this is Chris.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So then pre Johnny.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Oh, because I
That's
was going to
great.
say, man, we could have asked Bradley about that. It would have been great. That would have been great. All right. Well, we've had a lot of fun here, but right now, please let everybody know where they can check out A Skylit Drive, the brand new music, the old music, and the new tour dates.
Yeah. Well, you know, I feel like the Facebook is kind of like a hub where everything's like centralized. So of course that's just facebook.com/A Skylit Drive. Then there's the official website that has merchandise. You can get like tickets for shows, VIP access on our web store, which is just askylit-driveofficial.com. You know, just like you said to start it off, we do have like multiple phases planned for this Wires 15-year anniversary tour. So the first one's the only one that's been announced. We are working on others. So there's probably going to be around 3 to 4, and then, you know, potentially some one-off shows here and there for any areas that, you know, that we really wanted to get to, but maybe the phase didn't quite get us there. You know, because each phase is going to be around like a week and a half, you know, type of a duration. Mm-hmm. You know, got kids, job, and everything, and, you know, like working it into everybody's schedule. You know, I mean, COVID kind of caused, you know, only really 2 good things in my opinion. My favorite ramen place in Austin was forced to start doing to go when they used to not do it. That was their thing.
That's amazing.
That's a positive.
Yeah, that was the only like immediate positive. The only was that all of a sudden it became okay for bands to do stints. You know, like it was okay to do like a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then do another one later versus be gone for 2 months. And, you know, I mean, just the expense of it. I mean, if the demand is like 100% there and your time is there and it fits your lifestyle, then that's great. But
that makes sense.
Yeah. Your guys' focus went all crazy.
Yeah, we just saw that. Weird. Here we go.
Yeah.
My hand. It loves my hand.
It's your hand. Yeah, it loves your hand.
But my hope is that like the next phase will hopefully be announced here within the next like week or so. And yeah, like each of them is going to cover different regions, just like you guys said. This one's more southwest focused. So, you know, my plan is to really touch on a lot of the major areas. You know, I've done a lot of traveling and performing, and there's lots of places that I've really enjoyed and that I've had great experiences at that I want to make sure that we have the opportunity to go back.
Nice. Awesome. Go check out A Skylit Drive. Go check out Wires and the Concept of Breathing, because that's the album that you're going to be playing front to back. Check out Sucker.
But also check out
because
Sucker.
that's a new single.
Yeah.
A newer single. It's a year old. But hey, listen, it's the newest. You're going to play it, right?
Not on this tour. So then we're literally dedicating this to just, you know, we're doing Wires front to back. You know, like we want to just have fun, you know, doing the album how it's never been done that way. There's lots of songs on there that we've never even considered playing live until this point. You know, just because you're given this limited period of time, and before you know it, you have like 5 albums to choose from. But the plan is definitely, you know, 2024 new music again will be the prime focus. Like we're even, you know, writing stuff right now so that we're, awesome. You know, good and prepared for next year, because that's the focus after 2023.
Sweet.
Awesome. Well, we're definitely going to get into that. We're going to talk about the tour. We're going to talk about new music. We're going to talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. We'll get into anything. But before that, I do want to ask you a question that we are going to ask you twice. I'm going to ask you now, and then we're going to ask you at the very end when we go to sign off after the full interview, because sometimes the answers change. We like to talk about bacon here, but we use it more as a metaphor. Bacon is that thing where, like, if you get a plate of food, someone puts a little bacon on it, man, it's better, right?
Yeah.
Did he get the bonus question?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait, he didn't.
No, he didn't. We just started talking.
I skipped the bonus question.
You know what? The bonus question is how we're going to start the next episode.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, I thought I failed, so I just steamrolled through it as well.
No, you didn't fail.
You were good. We just kept talking. But anyway, we like to use bacon as a metaphor. It is that thing that kind of makes anything that's on your plate a little bit better. We use it as a metaphor for life. What's that thing in your life? Sometimes for people it's music. Sometimes for people it's movies, taking long walks on the beach, cooking, sports, any kind of escape, all that kind of stuff. What is it that makes your life just a little bit better, you know, makes everything good a little bit gooder? right? So if I had to ask you right now, what would you say, Jag? What's your bacon?
My bacon, I guess I'm a huge sucker. Not to plug that word or anything, but I'm a huge sucker for DIY projects lately. Like that's kind of like become like one of my passions. Of course, that means that I have to go and work on something, but I truly enjoy doing it. Like a lot of it, like I started like with my kids' rooms because we would go see somebody's house and like, oh, that's so cool how they did that to that wall. So I was like, well, I'll learn how to do it. And it's fun to see them be happy and like be excited about, something that I did in their room or something. And started redoing all the floors in the house and just all this other, random stuff, the whole backyard and everything. It's fun for me because I like to see, my family enjoy, something a little more elevated and something that they thought would be really exciting. So, So yeah, I would say that's probably my bacon.
Hence those Home Depot gift cards.
I'm a sucker for a good Home Depot gift card too.
So everybody that at home, in between now and the interview, remember to ask yourself every day. 1, go listen to A Skylit Drive. Go check out everything. But 2, ask yourself every morning, every day when you get up, just so that it makes your day a little bit better. What is it that makes your day brighter? What is it that brings some joy into your heart? What is it that makes the good things gooder and the bad things
tastier,
less
finger
good?
licking good?
Finger licking good. What is it? What's your bacon?
Yep.